Welcome back to Metroid for the NES. Last time, we ran through Ridley's lair, took the big man out, ended up not actually being a challenge, which was shocking. So, all that's left for us now, with Ridley and Kraid done, and every item in the game collected, is going into Torian and facing down Mother Brain. So the first thing we're going to need to do, because I think I kind of skipped over this in the in episode 0, but the Metroids were not actually loose on Zebus. They were let loose on SR-388, doing, their job. Ah, heck. And the space pirates found the Metroids there. Mother Brain, of course, knew about the Metroids. Maybe she even directed them towards SR-388. But, of course, Mother Brain is working on raising up an army of Metroids. And where is that going to be done but right where she can keep a close eye on them? So we're expecting to find Metroids in Torian. Who would have thought? In a Metroid game. Metroids. In the last area. And as we know from later games, though I don't know how exactly you would have known about it come this game, maybe it was in the instruction manual? I don't know. But Metroids are really only susceptible to cold. So the way you fight them is freeze them and then blow them up. These guys are rude. So I'm running back into Brinstar here. This is where we first got the Ice Beam. And we're gonna get it again. Farewell, my beloved Wave Beam. You've done well. I actually don't know the specifics of this game. You may be able to fight the Metroids without the Ice Beam. Like, maybe you just missile them a bunch and you're good. But freezing them is infinitely easier. He's like, I don't know, maybe they take like 500 missiles or something? And shooting a moving target with that many missiles may just be a little difficult. Whatever, dude. Kinda hoping to find a place to farm a little life. I'd like to be capped off going in. Not looking amazingly likely, but there is a nice horizontal section coming up that we may be able to get something out of. Okay, so Gold Tower is not where we're looking for. We're going back to the Blue Tower. We haven't been up this way more than once. We came up here to get the long beam, and we didn't go any higher. That's the long beam. But higher is where we have to go. I have no idea how many missiles I have. Probably 255. And I feel like I want all of those. Let's just find a better place to farm, because that's a bad place. So I don't know what it is, but after a point, these guys just kind of stop dropping stuff. So I guess we'll just move on. Yeah, like, everybody stops dropping stuff after a while. Curious. There we go. Dang it. So after you've beaten both bosses, the passage is open. There really is no reasonable way in here without beating the two bosses, though I'm pretty sure I've seen some TASs and maybe some speedrunners that managed to get in here otherwise. So it's pretty obvious who Ridley is, but there is the question of who the heck is Kraid? And I don't think anywhere has really elaborated on who Kraid is or why he's important. But given the nature of a lot of the bosses in Super Metroid, and their association or disassociation with the space pirates, I'd be willing to bet Kraid is just kind of a big old monster duder that just kind of lived on Zebus, just doing his own job. And Mother Brain, being as manipulative as she is, was like, hey, by the way, if you work with us on this, we'll help you out. Or maybe it was against his consent. Mother Brain was just like, man, there's this big angry guy down here. How about we also tie this to him? Who knows? But we lower ourselves to Torian. I like Torian better. Sounds better. So this is terrifying, and I don't know what I'm in for here. I remember always having a terrible time with this. Can I get you, like, to... Okay, so it's 5 missiles to kill one, if you can freeze it. Drop a missile expansion, so they're fine. Let's just take it nice and slow. I don't know how difficult it is to get these guys off of you. Oh boy, orange doors. Ten. Rinkas! Aw, yeah. That's what we want. I'm still keeping an eye out for Metroids. They move shockingly slow sometimes. Okay. Okay. So I instinctively hit the item cancel button from Super Metroid. Good, just a regular red door. Oh boy, Rinkas. Rinkas are a little frustrating. Get off me! Get it off me! They just come from everywhere, too. Like, they can't even come from somewhere reasonable. Like something that's visibly a Rinka spawner. Stupid SpaghettiOs. Okay, so that one down there is angry. Okay, we're going for it. So one of our barriers in here is the Zebatite bars, which I believe are only susceptible to concussive blasts. Was not expecting more Metroids. At least I got a lot of missiles. Don't know where they all came from, but I'll take it. Oh, heck. You stuck in the floor, god dang it. Oh, there's a door here? Really? Okay. Okay, missiles ready. Zebatite bars are only susceptible to concussive blasts. I mentioned that already. If you don't destroy them repeatedly, they will regenerate. Come on. Everything in here is pain. Understandably so. I don't know of a good safe place to stand anywhere other than just get hit a lot. Ah, dang it. Quit knocking me off! Look, at least this way I won't get knocked off the platform. God dang it. Friggin' Rinkas. Got it. God dang it. Man, I mean, I know Mother Brain doesn't want to heck around, but... Do y'all mind? Do y'all mind? Do y'all mind? Okay, we got him. This strategy seems to mostly work. You know, right up until then. Okay, we did it. We hit Mother Brain once. Our job's done, right? We're going home. Ah, heck, I didn't want to go down here. Yeah! Friggin' impossible to get out of here if you get down here! Okay, we did it. I'ma die. Didn't realize how like, no health I had. Heck. Alright, Zebatite bars can only be destroyed by concussive blast. We figured this out already. I've had the most luck doing this like screw attack and then spam missiles when you get up to par with it. But this causes some problems because A, Rinkas are real bad, And sometimes you'll just get hit by them even though you're screw attacking. And sometimes you just don't screw attack. I only have so much trouble with this until we get to... I'll also note that the Rinkas spawn horrendously inconsistently. Like, there'll be a specific spawn location for them. And you'll see one spawn immediately after the other. So you can't, like, wait for them to pass or anything, because they can come out literally whenever. So here, one of your best bets is to get up here and shoot, and then dodge out of the way. But because they can spawn inconsistently, one can spawn just in your face. Right down here. And there's not a lot that can be done about it. The absolute last thing that you want to do is fall into the lava on the left side of this column. No! Exactly like this, because hit detection is weird. So, you get hit by the Rinkas, you get hit by Mother... Oh my goodness, I made it out. You get hit by the Rinkas, you get hit by Mother Brain. The glass hurts you, like everything hurts you, and will knock you around like a pinball. Making it nearly impossible to get back out. Oh my goodness! I swear that guy didn't even hit me! And like, this is where you die, is what happens. And the jump out is shockingly difficult. You can get up here easily enough. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, did we do it? Did we do it? Let's go! So whatever you do, don't fall. These platforms are in a very awkward places, too. I hate my life. You retain your momentum when you shoot. Look, I just want to break out of the spin and lose my horizontal momentum. And, like, you land and you skid a little. Who made these out of ice? This is like the last place that you want to be spin jumping, because you have so little control over your spin, but they force you to spin jump with some of these locations. Oh my goodness, at least we have a monumental amount of time to get out. You fulfilled your mission. It will revive peace in space, but it may be invaded by the other Metroid. Pray for a true peace in space. I was not paying attention to time, so I don't know what we're gonna get. Helmet off. Not the best time. So something I didn't realize until much later was that what you get at the end of the game is actually based on time. Completion time. I didn't know they did this in Metroid 1. But yeah, if you do it under a certain amount of time, you see Samus without her suit. Just above that is with her helmet off. Above that is fully suited. And then above that, I think she's like looking away from the camera. Um, Samus being female and the reveal at the end of the game was legitimately something they just kind of came up with on a whim during development. Like, one of the developers was just like, we're running around this suit the entire time, you don't know what the person actually looks like, and was just like, hey, what if the character ended up being a girl at the end? And they were like, okay. So that was Samus at the end. So we've also seen... So one thing Zero Mission elaborated on just a little bit was Samus actually living on Zebus and being raised on Zebus. And you even saw that at the very end when you had to go get her new suit. At the end of the credits, you saw a small sketch by Samus in the stone that she had carved into the side of the big thing that you had to fight to get your suit. And it was actually of Samus and Old Bird and Grey Voice. Like, it was of that. It was Old Bird and Grey Voice. And I find this interesting because that, given this very small time frame between Fusion, Zero Mission, and the manga, it absolutely leads me to believe that the two games and the manga were all in development simultaneously. With Fusion introducing some elements that were then expanded upon in the manga, and the manga intending to be the canon backstory for Samus. Like, I believe that was absolutely the intention. Especially given that they had Old Bird and Grey Voice, who've never been mentioned by name in any Metroid game, only in the manga, but you clearly saw the two of them there in the sketch that Samus made. So, this actually leads to, I feel like, somewhat of a misunderstanding on everyone's part, where some elements from Samus's backstory that have been introduced or laid out upon that we feel kind of came out of nowhere, and this isn't only referring to the PTSD, but that we feel that when I feel like internally at Nintendo, there was just kind of an understood story for Samus and an understood backstory for her, to the point that it just felt perfectly normal and acceptable to include or use various elements from her backstory as though it were just understood. And I think that's where a lot of the disconnect came from, is we absolutely didn't understand that. And I think this was brought absolutely to the most forefront with Other M, where they almost expected you to have read and understood everything that was going on in the manga. Not to mention Other M had a historically bad translation and localization. So, that is the NES Metroid. We've finally broken back into Zebus, and after probably, I don't know, like 4 attempts, beaten Mother Brain, who at this point was the head of the Space Pirates. So the Space Pirates are done and gone. Even Ridley's gone, yeah. Space Pirates are done and gone. Now, the funny thing, interesting thing of note, is the time bomb was set and everything blew up, but the planet didn't blow up or anything. We saw Samus standing on the surface of Zebus there at the end. It was only Mother Brain's base. So, I say, until next time, everyone, because even though our task here is completed, Samus's story is not.